Hello and welcome to a fresh new episode of Science Monitor, our weekly update on all that is happening in the field of science and technology in and around the country. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor. Playing ping pong with water balls in space to battleship games with elements, science can be quite a lot of fun. Join us in these scientific adventures in today's edition of the program. Let us begin by taking a look at the headlines first. Global Biotechnology Summit 2016, marking 30 years of DBT. Indo-French collaboration aims a lander on Mars, may reach even Venus. Battle of Elements, learning chemistry is easy. Locomo brings a new ray of hope in wheelchair technology. Lessons on physics straight from space. And in our In Focus segment today, we will try to understand what cancer is and how to prevent it. And now the news in detail. Department of Science and Technology, popular as the DBT, is today a common household name in India, equated with many biotechnological innovations and changing lives. DBT completes 30 years of its remarkable and fruitful journey this year. Marking this occasion was the recently organized Global Biotechnology Summit 2016 in the national capital. The two-day event saw enthusiastic participation of experts in various fields coming together to deliberate on the future of nation's biotech sector.
From better yielding crops to food processing, healthcare and environment protection, there seem to be no field untouched by the tremendous impacts of biotechnology. And today, like space technology, Indian biotechnology sector is considered one of the best in the world, holding out about 2% share of the global biotech industry and considered among the top 12 biotech destinations. Established in 1986, DBT is celebrating its 30th Foundation Day this year. And to mark this occasion, DBT is organizing the Global Biotechnology Summit 2016. The two-day summit is themed Celebrating Biotechnology, Destination India. It will be held during 5th and 6th February 2016 at Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi.
This is the moment, I think, to pay our heartfelt tributes to a series of people who have actually brought the department to this level. I think this 30 years journey is something which deserves the applaud of each and every one, not only in the field of science or biotechnology, but of course the whole country.
The summit aims to bring together all stakeholders to discuss opportunities, collaborate and prepare a joint action plan for achieving the target biotech sector of $100 billion by 2020. The event is expecting a large-scale participation of about 1,200 to 1,500 individuals, including international delegations from governments partnering with DBT, students, researchers, policymakers and members of the civil society. The event also includes plenary talks and panel discussions by some of the most eminent researchers of the country and will serve as a platform for the participating students and researchers to meet the best experts in the field.
Following the remarkable success of Mangalyaan, India will now collaborate with France on developing a Mars lander. While the agreement has been signed, the experts of the two countries may even venture into exploring Venus. Let us see this report.
The success of Mangalyaan, needless to say, has turned all the heads towards Indian expertise in space technology. With the Mars orbiter successful in its mission, the next breakthrough to look forward to would be to putting a lander on Mars. And what is more, France will now be collaborating with India on the development of a new Mars lander. India and France have signed an agreement to collaborate on a project that aims to extend Mars exploration. Collaborating further in the area of space technology, France and India have also signed an agreement to develop a new thermal imaging satellite. The satellite, based on observing the Earth's surface in thermal infrared wavelength, is focused on monitoring climate change and specifically understanding the effects of climate change on vegetation. France is also planning to send its Argos payload aboard India's upcoming OceanSat satellite and can also take up a joint mission to explore Venus. India and France have a long history of space collaboration, both on rockets and satellites. In the recent years, India has emerged as the second biggest partner of France in space technologies outside of Europe.
How many of us remember all the elements in the periodic table? A pretty tough task it is, but not if you are playing battleship games with the elements. Yes, learning chemistry has been made a lot more fun with the new battleship game of periodic table elements developed by a blogger mother. The game helps students memorize the periodic table along with nomenclature and atomic weights of elements. How? Let us see this report.
My very educated mother just show us 9 planets. The easy mnemonics. We all used to remember the order of planets in the solar system. But what about remembering the 118 elements of a periodic table? A hard nut to crack indeed. Now, to make this learning easy and fun, is the periodic table battleship game developed by Karen Tripp, the blogger mom who has been homeschooling her kids for the past 7 years. The periodic table battleship game is an easy and fun way to memorize the elements on the periodic table, along with their symbols and atomic weights, and easily made at home. The game constitutes 4 printouts of the periodic table with 2 tables glued to the inside of 2 different filling folders. The players open the folder and places them back to back in the shape of an L with their tops clipped together. The game starts with players marking the elements where they want to place their ships by circling rows of 2, 3, 4 and 5 elements on the lower table. Each player then takes turns to call out others' coordinates and sink their ship. If they miss, they put an X on the spot they chose on the upper table. If they get a hit, they circle it. Progressively, the names of elements along with their symbols and atomic weights gets registered in the kids' minds. The game can be made reusable by laminating the periodic tables and using erasable markers. The technique is a great addition to novel teaching aids to make learning easy and fun. Karen Tripp is a blogger who has a lot of other learning games and teaching aids on her website, Teach Beside Me.
Movement is one of the most crucial aspects of life. Now bringing a new ray of hope to the disabled is the Locomo wheelchair, a revolution in wheelchair technology. Motorized and designed as per Indian surfaces, Locomo, recently launched in the country, is all set to make moving around a lot more convenient for many.
Efficient mobility is, needless to say, crucial to carry out many daily activities and social roles. and wheelchairs have indeed been a boon for them, whose movements have been restricted due to one reason or another. But the use of wheelchairs also comes with limitations, especially for those who are unable to use their hands to propel the chair forward. Keeping in view these needs, the Department of Biotechnology, in collaboration with the Human Engineering Research Lab, University of Pittsburgh, have developed a novel low-cost motorized wheelchair called Locomo WC. The wheelchair, developed as a part of Make in India initiative, was recently dedicated to the nation by the Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Dr. Harshvardhan.
वर्षों की मेहनत के बाद एक ऐसी व्हीलचेयर का निर्माण हुआ है जो तथाकथित डिसेबल्ड लोग जिनको व्हीलचेयर की आवश्यकता है उनके जीवन को और अधिक सुखद बना देगी.
With an average speed of 8 to 10 kilometers per hour, Locomo WC is motorized and completely modeled to suit Indian conditions. Locomo comes with a suspension system with linear links which makes all four wheels operate independently to help the user navigate uneven and rugged surfaces easily. The wheelchair is lightweight, simple to handle, easy to fold and reassemble, and is fitted with a joystick controlling system in 360-degree directions.
हम सबको पता है कि एक अच्छी व्हीलचेयर बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि एक आदमी जिसको लोकोमोटर डिसेबिलिटी हो, अपंगता हो, वो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जा सके. और उसमें जो लोगों में ज़्यादा होती है डिसेबिलिटी, जिनके हाथ भी नहीं काम कर पाते, तो उनको एक मोटराइज्ड व्हीलचेयर की ज़रूरत होती है. हम एक कोलैबोरेशन वर्कआउट कर रहे थे यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ पिट्सबर्ग के साथ, और वहाँ पे फिर हमें लगा कि एक अच्छी व्हीलचेयर अगर डिज़ाइन की जाए तो वो भारत के लिए काफ़ी उपयोगी हो सकती है.
While Locomo takes about 3 hours to get it fully charged, once charged, it gives the battery backup up to 15 to 20 kilometers. The wheelchair, with its innovative features, have passed the ISO 7176 testing of wheelchair standards. The most unique feature of Locomo is its affordability, as the estimated cost of Locomo would be around 45,000 rupees, compared to the imported motorized wheelchair, which could cost up to rupees 1.5 lakhs. With its innovative features and low-cost technology, Locomo is expected to improve the quality of life of many Indians.
Laws of space differs from that of Earth. In zero gravity, impossible feats like making balls of water, floating them about and puffing them up becomes real. The fascinating effects of zero gravity was demonstrated recently by British astronaut Tim Peake. The session gave an opportunity to young students to witness the miracles of space journey and quench their curiosity.
The wonders of space have always kindled the curiosity of young and old alike at all times, all over the world. Especially as young children, all of us are intrigued by the many mysteries of space. Taking a step further in promoting the interest of young children in space and educating about how physical laws work in space, British astronaut Tim Peake recently conducted a live demonstration session from the International Space Station. During the 20-minute interaction session with young students, Peake demonstrated the effects of zero gravity and how liquids remain intact in space. Squeezing some water out from the space equivalent of a juice pack, Peake created a glob of water and played ping pong with it using special waterproof paddles. During the session, Peake also demonstrated how adding a vitamin tablet to the water globe can cause it to fizz and double in size, and explain how small meteors can affect the space station and spacewalks.
We do get hit by small particles every day. Now, sometimes they're a little bit bigger than others, and they have even caused some damage on the outside of the space station. When we do a spacewalk, for example, we have to be careful where we put our hands, because sometimes there are little dents and pieces of sharp metal where small micrometeorites have hit us. But we also have some very clever people back down on Earth who are tracking a lot of debris and a lot of space particles, and if ever we are in any danger, then the ISS will simply move out the way and we'll shift orbits to get out the way of any space debris.
Venturing into life sciences, the astronaut also explained how heart pumps slowly in space and lack of exercise can shrink the heart under zero gravity.
Well, time for a short break here. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with more science news. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back after the break. You're watching Science Monitor. Let us now have a look at some important science and technology activities happening in India and abroad in our next segment, Science Express.
In another major step towards extending scientific collaboration, India has signed an agreement with Russia. The agreement provides for competitive research grants to Indian and Russian researchers for joint implementation of research projects in areas of basic and exploratory sciences. Under this venture, Department of Science and Technology and Russian Science Federation will conduct competition in the areas of mathematics, computer and system science, physics and space science, chemistry and material science, biology and life science, basic research for medicine, agricultural science, earth science and engineering science to identify research projects for funding. The 9-meter-long bride's whale, which washed ashore dead on Juhu Beach on 29th January, was given a proper burial by the authorities. The body of the whale, weighing 20 tons, was removed using 2 cranes and buried in a sand pit. The burial was aimed to prevent health hazards to the surrounding human population due to decomposition of the body. The whale is believed to have succumbed to injuries it sustained in water. In the wake of threat of Zika virus outbreak, India's Health Ministry has appointed the National Centre for Disease Control as the nodal agency for investigation of outbreak, should the situation arise. Preparing in advance for the adversity, the ministry is gearing up to set up rapid response teams at all the central and state surveillance units, comprising an epidemiologist, public health specialist, microbiologist, and a medical and pediatric specialist, along with other experts.
One of the leading causes of deaths in India is cancer and is becoming a huge healthcare burden in both developed and developing countries alike. With no specific cause to pinpoint to and evading total cure, cancer management as of now solely depends on understanding the risk factors and heeding to early warning signals. In order to create awareness about cancer, 4th of February is celebrated as World Cancer Day. On this occasion, our today's In Focus is dedicated to understanding cancer and the preventive strategies that can be adopted for effective management of cancer.
Cancer, an affliction that has plagued the human society since ancient times. Today, cancer is the second most common disease in India. According to statistics, incidence of cancer in India is 70 to 90 per 1 lakh population, and it is estimated that there are over 2.5 million cases of cancer annually, with over 8 lakh new cases and 5,50,000 deaths occurring each year. Human bodies are made of billions of little cells, which grow and divide and carry out all the life processes. When cells grow old or become damaged, they die, and new cells take their place. The divisions of cells are carried out by carefully controlled mechanisms within the bodies. But when this orderly process breaks down, some cells start dividing uncontrollably to give rise to lumps of cells or tumors, a condition called as cancer.
You have to understand that our body is multiplying cells all the time. Some cells are being formed and some are dying. The new cells that are being formed, if they form without or they multiply without the old ones dying, you get this growth which is called cancer. The problem is not the growth, the problem is that growth which continues to multiply without dying has the property to spread, to go to other organs and damage those organs. Cancer in small is unlimited growth and the potential for that growth to spread and cause damage to other parts of the body.
Cancer is known to afflict almost all parts of the body, and there are over 100 different known cancers that affect humans. According to experts, the 5 most common cancers worldwide are lung, breast, bowel, prostate and stomach. Scientists attribute variety of factors like genetics and genetic mutations, lifestyle factors such as smoking and tobacco use, diet and physical activity, certain types of infections, and environmental exposures as the causes of cancer.
किसी व्यक्ति विशेष को खांसी होती है या मुंह से खून आता है, आपने साधारण ट्रीटमेंट दे दिया, ट्रीटमेंट देने के बाद भी 3 या 4 हफ्ते के बाद भी आपने एंटीबायोटिक्स दे दी, सपोर्टिव ट्रीटमेंट दे दिया, एक्सरे कर लिया, उसके बावजूद भी जो है वो पेशेंट ठीक नहीं हो रहा, तो दिमाग में एट द बैक ऑफ द माइंड ये होना चाहिए क्या इस व्यक्ति को साधारण इन्फेक्शन के अलावा भी कुछ और है, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं स्ट्रॉन्ग इंडेक्स ऑफ सस्पिशन। तो जब हमें ये होता है तो फिर हम उसकी तहकीकात जो है उसमें कैंसर के लक्षण भी ढूंढने का प्रयास करते हैं।
In order to raise awareness on cancer and to encourage its prevention, detection and treatment, Union for International Cancer Control has declared 4th February every year as the World Cancer Day. The primary goal of the World Cancer Day is to significantly reduce illness and death caused by cancer by 2020. Despite cancer evading complete cure, thanks to the advancements of medical science, cancer can be effectively managed if diagnosed at an early stage. Cancer treatments include medications known as chemotherapy along with surgical removal of tumors and using radiation therapy to destroy cancerous cells. While these techniques are known to be effective, they also come with numerous side effects which necessitate the development of novel cancer therapies like stem cell therapy. According to doctors, cancer can be prevented by following few simple tips. These include eating a healthy diet rich in fruits and vegetables with limited amount of processed meat. Avoid smoking and using tobacco in any form and limit alcohol intake. Maintain a healthy weight and be physically active. Avoid exposure to harmful UV rays of sun using umbrellas or sunscreens. Get immunized against viral infections like hepatitis B and human papilloma virus. Regular self-examination and screening for various types of symptoms relating to cancers, such as cancer of the skin, colon, cervix and breast, can increase your chances of discovering cancer early, when treatment is most likely to be successful. This World Cancer Day, let us all work towards a safer, cancer-free world.
Well, that is all for this episode of Science Monitor. Do tell us how do you like our program. You can send your feedback and suggestions Our email ID is news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar C24, Qutub Institutional Area, New Delhi 110016. Well, that is all for today. We'll be back with fresh news stories on science and technology again next week. Till then, stay tuned to Rajya Sabha TV and think scientific. Bye-bye.